All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Girls Can't Geek Land. I am your girl, Goku's god cousin. And today we have some very special guests with us. We can go ahead and get into our intros.
Hey, I'm Jiggly Senpai.
And I'm Sunshine in Georgia Rays.
And I'm G.
We have our two. Oh, bad.
Go ahead. My bad.
The accidents are organic. Okay.
G is
just
ready.
like happy children. Yeah, I was. My bad. And we have two very special guests from Geek Salad. You guys go ahead. My bad.
What's up, y'all? I'm G, the bitter one.
And I'm Arye the King, the other half of Geek Salad.
Oh, all right. So thank you guys for joining us and talking with us. And I'm excited. So we're gonna talk about a whole lot of things. But before we get into that, do you guys mind telling us about Geek Salad and like where you guys are from and how y'all started a little bit?
Go ahead, Arye.
For sure. We both from VA. I'm Arye the King again. That's G the bearded one. We started out working at Bank of America, call center life. You know how that goes.
Right.
We would just have these conversations about comic books and like general nerdy stuff. But then we'll also have these conversations about hip hop because we're all about the culture too. And we was like, yo, why don't we start a show? And we went to Smoky Bones, got some smoked wings and some beers and just like hashed this thing out, and here we are.
I like that. Wow. Okay, true brother love. Y'all not brothers for real, but y'all got that connection. I love that. I really like that.
Appreciate
Yes.
that.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long were you guys working together before you found out you guys were nerds?
Ooh.
That's
Yes.
a good question.
That's a real good one. I want to say like a year.
A year, yeah. Because back then I had a cubicle, and I kept all of my graphic novels at my desk. So I was the library for everybody. So everybody came by, grab my Walking Dead or Invisible books or Marvel, DC, whatever. So the more and more Arye came by, it was like maybe a year before he knew I read comic books. And from there, that was it.
That was a bold move. That was a bold move because I wouldn't put anything that precious in my office.
Right? No.
G got the expensive books too. G just don't got like the little joints. He got like the books that's like this big. It costs like $50. You know what I'm saying?
You had the shit with the suede on it. You had the hardbacks with the suede and shit.
I'm serious about
Dedicated.
The embossed text.
Yeah, I don't play.
No. Look,
That's really cool. I asked that question because sometimes we don't express that part of ourselves at work, and you guys said you met at work and like kicked it off from there.
Right.
So I was just wondering like when you guys fell into like that nerdy conversation, because it eventually happens, but the time for everybody is different.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to say it was too when Walking Dead first came out.
Yeah.
Because when it first came out, that's when it was pretty much at its height of popularity, and people was excited about the show. It's a new show, and my dude G was like, "Hey, like that's based off a graphic novel." I was like, "For real?" He was like, "I got some at my desk." And it was a wrap after that. I went through the whole series. This man introduced me to Invincible too, so I knew about Invincible like 7-8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He started me on that whole. Yo, G, you always let me give you your flowers, bro, because you always putting me on this stuff. You put me on Walking Dead, Invincible, and the very lovely and talented Snow Allegra. I ain't know nothing about Snow Allegra until this
My
gentleman. Baby. I love her now.
My baby. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I was about to also ask like what your scope of music is. Like, is it like Griselda and West Side Gun type shit, or is it like
all of them?
Like, or is it all of? Okay.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Who are those people?
Right.
I'm in California. Is that something local?
What? It's on
They're
West
like
Side
New York
Gun?
rap.
Griselda? Yes, that's that New York rap.
That's that New York shit.
Okay.
Like that. They're like think of Wu-Tang Clan 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I gotta send you his album if you want to listen to it. But if I don't know that I wasn't going to talk about music or anything like that because I didn't want to bring that in the conversation. But we definitely gotta meet up again and just have a music based show because nerdiness is in music too. So we gotta put that there.
You gotta do that.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I have another question for everybody, but you guys already answered. Like, how do you show your nerdiness at work? Do you guys show your nerdiness at work?
I raised my hand on that one.
Okay.
So, I didn't used to, but I started working for a company, and the manager at my particular building was a huge Star Wars head, like total freak fanatic Star Wars. So he started making themes of shit at work, Star Wars themed. Like naming like the different rooms after Star Wars stuff, or naming events, or just putting up, like announcements with like the Death Star in the corner. And that encouraged people to show their nerd there, which encouraged me to buy what I'll call pieces of flair. Little earrings or a pendant or a watch or a lanyard, something that I could wear along with anything and show like my fandoms that I enjoy without going like full fucking closet cosplay, which I have also done, but nobody really knew what I was doing. It kind of felt like a little secret. It was fun. But the little pieces of flair are how I show my nerddom now. Like I work in a place now where I have to wear a very strict uniform, but I can wear Pokeball earrings.
Okay, that's dope.
So that kind of gets it started. Also, depending on where I am, you can see the Mario Star tattoo on my arm, so that gives it away as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. What about you, Ray?
For me, I guess it's usually just in conversation. Like if we get into something that I'm like heavy in, be it politics, be it music, theater, what have you, which is usually movies for me. I have one of those jobs where most of the time, we're not on the phone unless we have meetings. So we get to talking about what we want to see or what we're currently watching. And because I am that theater, not that theater geek, a lot of times the conversation switched to that just wasn't believable. I couldn't get into it because so-and-so just didn't bring that emotion. They were too busy in their head instead of doing X, Y, and Z, and their body should have shifted when it swayed. And then we really those deep conversations where it's like they kind of pull back and they're like, oh, well, you know a lot about that. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't just like flat out advertise it, but also being in the corporate world is kind of hard to do, especially in the field that I am. Granted, you would think that my field is heavy nerdum.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you know?
Yeah, it's like the main
all my IT friends like
when you think nerds or nerds at work. And what I've learned is a lot of the field is not the nerdum you expect. It's more of this is the way I saw I was going to get my money. And so I just learned what I had to. And when I realized that, I pulled back a lot. So if you get my nerdum, you get it through conversation. You're not going to just see it.
I respect that.
Yeah. For me, I would say I was a former educator. Teaching is stressful. Shout out to all the teachers out there. And casual to me is definitely an anime t-shirt, a pencil skirt, and heels or some sneakers, some cute sneakers. That's like my thing. So I definitely talked about it a lot, or I wore a shirt a lot, or I love science, so I nerd out over science, but also adding those other elements. Kids are nosy as hell, so they're asked, Miss Jones, are you married? And I'm like, yes, I am, to BB-8. And they're like, what? Some people are like, who that? Or some people are like, I know you're joking. And some people are like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, I love his curves. Totally inappropriate joke to say around kids, but still.
They be all right.
Yeah, they will be. They'll be just fine. And then also with like the decorations in my classroom, when kids found out that I loved, I have this jean jacket and I have like a Dragon Ball patch and a Capsule Corp patch on there, and I would wear that with my outfits for time to time. And they're like, oh, look, I know who that is. And I'm like, yes, awesome. And, you know, in my introduction to the students, I just say, like, you know, I love anime and video games and all these other things. No, I will not play video games with you. All these, like, you know. So I believe, like, because I didn't really like where I was that much, it's a part of me being able to have something of myself and make it feel like home for me while I have to do something I don't enjoy. That's what it was for me. And the nerdy kids got to see somebody that was a beautiful black woman teacher, but she's also like a nerd, and this is an oxymoron. It's not supposed to exist, you know, but it does. So I definitely had it out there because I'm like, we gonna make this a happy space. What do I need? Okay, my little Goku figurine. I'm gonna put this right here, you know, or a picture of my husband, BB-8. I do have a framed picture of BB-8. And, you know, whenever kids would ask, I would just show the picture of my husband, and they'd be like, Miss Jones, they were definitely like, you need a boyfriend, a real human boyfriend. I'm like, mind your business, you know, mind your business. And then I would say I'm a pimp, which I should also not say around children, because then they, by the end of the school year, they're like, yeah,
more, so it's okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Even if I went back, I'd be like, I'm a pimp. And they'd be like, what's a pimp? Don't worry about it. I'm just
Go ask your mama.
By the end of the school year, the kids were like, yeah, Miss Jones, because you're a pimp. And I'm like, that's right, boo. Don't let the principal walk in.
Don't fire me.
See, you were the
oh,
teacher.
no, don't fire me. No, please.
Please. No, that was a good question, G. I'm like, dang, I want everybody to share that because this, yes. All right. So the name of
real quick, just in case anybody out there was watching, I unblurred my background because we are speaking about what we're speaking about today. So I wanted to let those show through.
Okay.
Oh yes.
What's in the map? What am I missing? What's
That's
Funko Pops in the back.
Acid picture of Grogu, and that's a glow in the dark Ahsoka tank pop.
Yes. Because the subject matter today is anime daddy hairlines and alien Kewchie. Now, do they correlate at all? Absolutely not, unless it's a sci-fi character. But you know, I just wanted to add some sauce on it. You know, a little extra flair, so you click the damn podcast.
It's clickbait.
Clickbait heavy. Why not?
That's it. Y'all know what it is.
The title has to be enticing. So with that being said, we're gonna play a little game. You know, Jiggly and I have been trying to have this debate or have a debate about the anime niggas and how good or bad of a father they are and how jacked up their hairlines are. And I'm like, is there a correlation to how crazy the anime dad is or how good the anime dad is based on how far back their hairline is receding? Because we're all at an age now. I'm in my 20s, my late 20s, and I know people my age or younger and they're bald now. You know. But you know, I'm just like, wow, you know, and there are people way older than me and they have a full head of hair, you know. But does that equate to fatherdom? It doesn't. Not at all. It doesn't really equate, but I'm just trying to make I want it to make sense of it.
I mean,
But in anime,
because the toxicity may be taking hair follicles.
right?
She's not
right.
wrong. She's not wrong.
Being
Right.
toxic will stress you the fuck out.
Yes, indeed.
It
My
will.
kids,
It's bad in your
It
body.
will.
my kids stress me
So-
out. So, yeah, I got a couple of commission joints. You know what I'm saying? There's one lot that's getting thinner and thinner. It's just one of them right here, and I'm just like, yo, that's.
And listen, man.
I named that
Long
lot after
as-
myself.
As long as you don't do a Little Wayne where you're bald right here, but all hair coming down right there, then
Oh yeah,
good.
bro.
We
I would
good.
just let it go at
We-
that point. I would let it go.
You just gonna pray for Wayne. I saw-
Let it go.
I saw somebody. This joke did not come from me, but I was in somebody's Twitch and they were like, "Lil Wayne's locks look like I am Groot," and I was like, "Damn, that's terrible. That's terrible." I did not make that up, so I can't take credit for that. But they were correct.
Yo.
It's all right
But I
though,
mean,
because I would
because
trade
his
hairlines with him for his bank account. Like if we could just switch. I'll gladly take his hairline for his bank account. So joke away.
That part.
You gonna catch
That part.
these jokes.
That part.
You gonna catch these jokes.
That part.
God.
So we got. You said what? What did you say?
None. Talking about Lil Wayne
Okay,
hairline. This shit is like a sine wave.
Yeah, it's
No.
yeah, it is. But I mean, he's had a hard life. So we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna pray for him. We're gonna put that out in the universe.
We're gonna
Whatever
pray
people
for
believe. Yeah.
Pray for him.
Yes. But we got bald headed anime niggas. We got lopsided anime niggas. We got hat fishing ass anime niggas. Okay? I got hat fishing particularly. We got niggas with weird headlines that wear glasses. Okay? We got a little bit of everything in here. I didn't get people with mohawks or just one ponytail and the rest of the hair is bald. The coolio, I don't have that in here. I thought about some people, but I didn't know if they have kids. So we go ahead and check this out. So we just gonna compare and contrast and say, yeah, they're a good dad based on this, that, and the other. All right. Is it gonna pop up?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like the
All right.
obvious is Vegeta. Everybody want to talk about his M. He got that little M joint going on with his hairline. But you know what though? We can't let Goku.
Wait.
off, 'cause you can't
Hold on,
see
Arye.
Goku
Hold on,
there.
Arye. Because we got
Yeah.
listeners. There are people that can watch this, and there are people that are just listening. So the first anime daddy hairline is Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, the Black Man Piccolo, and Goku. Kakarot. Okay, but please continue, Arya. What were you saying about Vegeta?
I was saying everybody want to, slander Vegeta for his hairline because of like the golden arches with McDonald's. But Goku, we don't know what his hairline looked like because he got the little swoop. You know what I'm saying? He got bangs. So we don't even know what his hairline looked like. His joint could be
That
worse
is
than
true.
Vegeta. He don't.
That is
You got a
true.
comb over? You saying Goku got a comb over?
He just might. We don't know.
Goku might have a comb over. He
doesn't
could be
have
like
little
Stevie
feet
Wonder.
that goes into his brows.
Right.
Yeah.
Goku could be like Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder underneath that bang.
He
might
could be.
be.
He could be. And then we know Piccolo, he bald, but he is so much more of a better father than Goku is. And I think the bald headedness just gives off authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a Michael Jordan type of level of discipline for the most part. So yeah. Well, overall though, Vegeta's hairline, like, god damn, it's constantly just going back
Right.
every season for the most part.
Vegeta's always stressed. If you think about it, I mean, look at the dents in his forehead. Look at his fucking brow furrowed. Like he is always stressed. He's always on about something. He always yelling about fucking Kakarot and whatever else. And he's always stressed to try and be like stronger. That's why his hairline is going back so far.
Yeah.
Fucking chill out.
Okay, but in terms of fatherdom, let's compare Vegeta to Piccolo because we know Goku is training and out there dying and getting
Never
his
around.
ass clobbered,
Never.
but coming back.
No.
Between
There's no
Vegeta and
comparison.
Piccolo, who's a better dad?
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
It's
Of
Piccolo.
course.
He's the father.
But look, check it though.
Yeah.
What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is being a good father makes your hair fall out. That's why Piccolo was born. And Vegeta he's rocking the full Princess Saiyans mane. You know what I'm saying, kids? Being a good father make your hair fall out. Look at like Goku. I feel like he just eats and trains all day. You know what I'm saying? He's living the city boy lifestyle like without the women. You know what I'm saying? Because he's scared. You know, his woman go get him. But other than that, look at his hair. It's all like luxurious and whatnot. City boys is women.
No,
Man.
he's
the worst.
He's
So this
been-
is the worst
he's-
father because he still has a full head of hair.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I'm saying.
Yes,
like
yes,
just living that
exactly.
kid
Yes.
lifestyle. That's it.
yes.
No kids.
There is one person you're missing from this list, though.
Ooh.
My
Krillin.
boy Krillin with the hair. With
Oh,
the hair.
Krillin with the hair. You know, he said he was
Yeah.
gonna grow his hair back, and that thing came back ugly, boy. Hold on now. I
Krillin
am
got that
missing
surgery
Krillin.
LeBron James got. That hair
Krillin
restoration.
Krillin
you know
started
what I'm
getting
saying?
that Supergirl put on him.
That's what it is.
Krillin, boy, no. Krillin is a good dad. Even even though he put the Supergirl, the do-girl on his hair, the hairline, he got the hair surgery. He was using
It's
do-girl.
thick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
talking about pussy.
Oh, he was using bean juice to get the hairline to grow back.
Oh, the other bean.
Oh man.
Yes, the other beans. The other beans. Okay, Krillin is a good. You can visibly see that he's a good husband and a good father. With Vegeta, it seems like he loves Bulma more than anything else. Then the kids are next. It's like there's not an equal balance.
Nah, he loves his ego too much over anybody else.
Okay,
That's what he loves. His ego
I like
more than
it.
anything.
I like that. And we all know Piccolo gets a side pussy from Chi-Chi. I ain't even got to say that because we already know.
Messy. You being
Chi-Chi
messy.
already
with
like.
Yo,
Mhm.
he's a god. That's like, hey, hey, Chi-Chi, Goku gone, across the universe. I got your boy. I got
No,
you.
what's that?
I got you.
What's that? The song we just got grits. Chi-Chi got
Oh.
food. She made breakfast for
Oh
him.
yeah.
A whole meal. Chi-Chi did the whole Alicia Keys, giving that nigga fried fish, collard greens, and hot chocolate with the milk. That's what Piccolo got.
Piccolo,
That's
like,
what
you need
Piccolo.
Yeah, that's
you need
it.
some more green in your diet. I got you. Straight from
Piccolo
straight from
dropping Gohan off after training. Like, hey, what you got cooking on? What's on the stove? What you got
Right.
cooking?
He's like, I'm just
Chichi,
here.
you want to play?
Right.
Right. His arms folded.
No,
Of
you
course I
want
want
to
to
play.
play.
I got a plate back at the house
Mm.
with your name on it.
Goku has been going for a while.
Yes.
She need comfort, man.
Goku.
You know, so I'm not even mad at her. She need comfort too.
Yes, and Goku is so, I love Goku, but Goku's so like ditzy. He's like, hey, Piccolo probably come out the room with the towel butt naked.
Hey,
Yo,
is
you
your shower
know-
broken?
You know what? Piccolo is Johnny the Redcorn from King of the Hill.
Yo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Piccolo
No, not John Redcorn.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Wow.
That is a perfect analogy.
John Redcorn. Shout out to Sir. That's like my favorite song from one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
Sir.
from off of was it Chasing November?
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love this one.
that's my favorite song too. Yes, we're gonna have to do a music episode together, y'all.
Oh, for
All right,
sure.
y'all ready for the next hairline?
Do it.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
If you
Okay.
have seen Hunter x Hunter, Game Freaks. If you have seen Hunter x Hunter,
Okay.
Game Freaks.
Fucking great.
This
Game
nigga, literally, yeah, Game Freaks. He literally was like, all right, when my son's old enough, he'll take this exam. His son passed the exam, gave his son a radio.
Yes.
You got to unlock the radio to find me. If you're hearing this, I'm sure you're finished. Good job. You passed. Now you got to find me. It's going to be hard to find me, but I'm here. Son, Gon used all of his power to defeat that cat ant bitch. Sorry, I'm translating the anime through
Right.
Negro terms. Okay, he fought this Chimera ant kitty head ass girl. He beat her ass or their ass.
Mhm.
Used all his power. Became literally black and white and faded and ashy and purple all over and nearly died. Shriveled up like the lady that wanted chocolate off of SpongeBob. Okay? Y'all know who I'm talking about? The chocolate. That lady literally looked like that.
Yeah.
His father is literally being an asshole. Not even trying to see his son in the hospital. And he's like, I'm sure my son will be fine.
But you left off a father.
Tough love.
You left off a father. Because Kilo's
Who
dad
else?
is shit.
Kilo's dad is shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is his name? The Zoldak family. What is his name?
Yeah, he flat out raised an assassin and was like, man, fuck that nigga, he be back.
Right.
And then popped
Zoldak
up like,
family.
you ready yet, kid? You got it now?
You know
You
what?
ready to come
though?
home to your family?
You know what though?
Yeah, but they hit a nerve with Ray. Ray is like, yeah, she's on that. Oh, that.
You got you said a key word though. Raised. He
Sure.
at least raised his son.
True.
Regardless,
He did.
he might be a
Granted,
shitty parent,
I
but
said
in
that, but it's
comparison to
loose.
things, I
Salute.
hate Jane Freaks. I do. I can't stand him. I can't stand him for all the reasons that Goku said.
Yeah.
Kilo's daddy's name is Silva. Silva Zoldyck.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, did basically Gon and Killua just trauma bond their whole friendship?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're friends, because they're bonded because their fathers ain't shit. So there you go.
Yes. And then look at how raggedy Geen looks with that damn hat on.
Why is hair peeking out like that?
Exactly.
Right.
It's homeless.
My man's
He
got
got
the
money,
hat
though.
on. My man got the Sway Calloway hat on. Sway's Universe. You ain't
I
got
love
the
Sway.
answers. That is
Look at
straight.
Sway gets his hair done though.
I'm talking about the hat. That's like one of his hats that he was cool with.
It does look like a sway hat. Sway in the morning. It does. It absolutely does. But then they trauma bonded because their daddies want shit.
Yeah.
They saw that pain in each other, and that's how they became friends. That's wild. That's crazy.
Yo, anime dads are the worst. Honestly,
They
man.
are, but
you
the
have to
more
put her-
fucked up your daddy is, or the earlier they die in your life, the better superhero you are.
Right.
That's how I
DC,
feel.
parents just die in DC. But in anime, they ain't shit. Period.
Yeah. You wake up, Dad, am I enough for you? You'll never be enough as long as you're living.
And they punch you in the chest when they say it.
Right. Blood animated come out your mouth. Ugh. I'm trying to be enough for my father. You'll never be enough. You come back, you fight demons, you
Mhm.
fucking conquer a certain side of the world, Earth. You come back and your father's like, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit.
And then
Oh,
there's
what's
some
that
stupid
episode of the
ass
Boon?
cutscenes.
What's the
Maybe
episode of the
some
Boondocks? Y'all see
Oh,
that?
you
Nigga,
talking
did I
about
you
with,
trying to be shit? Dad,
think
I want
so.
to be a doctor when I grow up. Did I catch you
yeah.
trying to be shit?
There's always
Evil, man.
some cutscene after the dad punches the kid in the chest, and there's the anime blood where he says, "I did it to make him strong." Like there's always that. There's
Yeah.
Oh.
there's another way. There's
That's
got to
it.
be another way. There has to
Yeah.
be
Y'all made me
another
think of
way.
another anime dad. I'm gonna save him for the end. I can't add his picture in there, but I can.
Is it the father of Baki?
No, not
Oh.
Baki's dad,
No,
but
but
that's a good one.
Hey, shitty too. What's his name?
Jiro or some shit like that.
Tanjiro? Tanjiro?
Yeah,
No,
there you
that's
go.
Demon Slayer. That's not his name.
No, yeah, I'll get his
Oh, I'll
name.
look it up now.
I was thinking about Rengoku's dad from Demon Slayer.
Oh, he a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Rengoku's daddy just
Yeah,
drunk,
he's trash.
slapping that nigga, stabbing him, and Rengoku's like, "Okay, father."
Hero.
Right.
What kind of hairline does he got?
Smile.
Right. Right.
What the hairline look like?
His hairline ain't too bad right here. He a shitty parent, but he ain't really done no parenting.
Right.
That's probably age and like dandruff. Scalp issues. This nigga don't moisturize. He don't shave.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Split in.
Baki's
hairline.
Baki's daddy's name is Yujiro Hanma. You were close,
Yujiro.
Jiggly.
Yujiro. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Last but not least, this nigga.
Heartbreaking.
If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist,
Oh.
and you know who Sho Tucker is, the father of Nina Tucker.
Oh.
Damn, I can put his hairline in here. Hold on.
This nigga got
You
the
got
Al Bundy. He got the Al Bundy 4 touchdowns in one game hairline.
Yeah.
His hairline
American
is like sparse. It's like little
It's starting
Short.
to bowl.
thin
Yeah.
hairs.
You about to get the milk cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Joe
It didn't
Tucker.
like that
Told-
because he was raising her for a little while and then he decided he didn't want to do that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He wanted to, give her an enhancement, and
Mhm.
yeah, that didn't work out so well, man.
Dang, that's
He
just
turned
sick.
him
He's
into a
like,
dog.
look at my daughter. She's so perfect. Still, that's like, there's
Have
so
y'all
many
seen the
layers to
Nerds?
that. Do I like anime because I'm just broken on the inside in my soul?
It's all coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's all coming out.
I'm like, do I relate to these characters?
Why do I identify with this mess? This is nasty.
Right.
This is sick. What's going on?
Why do I see myself in this character so much? Damn, no, he fucked up. He got the little sparse hairline, and his glasses weird as hell. I was like, I gotta include somebody with glasses.
Not to mention,
he's-
can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that his glasses are stretched to the freaking max?
They are stretched to the max.
Fact.
He had them
Why
glasses
is
since
that?
he was
It's kinda
5 years
weird.
old.
Facts. Like, as somebody who wears glasses, it's like your glasses aren't supposed to be like out here.
They aren't. But it's like he fell. It's like he put his job over his child, in a way.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and that's why it's going back, because he's like, one day I'm gonna snap, and that was it, man. Poor story. Poor girl.
Yeah. Shout out to Nina. You was the bestest. I'm trying to not say any more dark jokes in my mind because I got so many.
Y'all
I
got
don't
'em.
want people.
Y'all
Oh, let him out.
Y'all got him.
No, it's too evil. Let me get off of that. I don't need my evil side to show.
Yo, where did y'all get this instrumental from, man? It's kind of dope.
It's already in stream. It's already in the platform, man.
No, I'm saying, where you get it from?
It's in StreamYard. It's just a
It's in
like a
StreamYard.
Oh, it's something on StreamYard. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, that whiskey hitting now because you like, yeah, okay, I like this.
I mean,
I like
this
this.
my dreams. Like, God, man, this shit kind of spit to that shit. Right? Yeah, kind of. Like that.
Yes, no. Well, thank you for playing that game. Anime dad and hairlines. Anime hairlines and daddies. Not the kind of daddy what some people would think, but I just, it relates in a way. Yes. But next, before I get started, the next part of our episode today, we're going to be talking about the movie Nope. Okay, and we're going to talk about science fiction and what we love about science fiction and our introduction to that. But before I even start, I want to say rest in peace to Nichelle Nichols. She passed today. She played Nyota Uhura. I'm checking her name.
You did it. Nah, you did it.
Uhura. I said it sounds like Medea's trying to call someone a whore. Like, I don't.
I say, think of like if a owl would say her name, Ahura.
Ahura.
Like a whore. Ahura.
Ahura. Okay, I like that. But she was just a little short history blurb of her, a pop culture blurb. She was a part of the first interracial kiss on American television. You know, which was very big in that time, especially because miscegenation was against the law until a certain amount of time in our existence. I forgot the time period, but I don't remember when interracial marriage was legalized in the United States.
Ooh, I used to do
It
that.
was the winning of the Loving.
It was that case. Yeah, I
Yeah.
The
was
last
in the
name of the
70s.
people were called Loving. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
Something
the Loving case,
versus
but I don't know the year.
something. Yeah.
But miscegenation is also interracial marriage. Is another way to say it. But you know, it was very controversial. And I'm like, okay, I love when Black women take a stand in ways that are subtle but not so subtle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's a pioneer for Black people and for Black sci-fi lovers. So yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Much respect there. Then I think about it though, I can't front. If I was a brother in the 60s when that happened and I saw her on TV kissing a white dude, I'd be like, why, sister? Like why? You know what I'm saying? I probably would have felt the way. I'm not even gonna front.
It was
I get it.
1967. So
Yeah,
that's
1967. That's late.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
1967. It was, you know, during the Black Panther era times when that happened. So I could understand how you might be like, yo, sister, what's going on?
Right.
There was
So
a
that was
whole
just-
lot of, you know what I'm saying, Black power and Black love.
Right.
running
Like a
through the
police
streets.
dog just bit me in my ankle. You know what I'm saying? I had the water hose on me. Come in.
I was just
at least
getting
I
ready
can
to
watch
say, that was
Star Trek.
2 years
I can
after
get
the
away
civil
from this a
rights.
little bit. Nope.
Yeah,
Like,
2 years after
no.
the civil rights.
Yeah, that's wild. But yo, shout out to her, man. She's definitely a pioneer and a trailblazer, man. So rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace. I got a Uhura pop too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I like Star Trek. Star Trek was cool. I grew up on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, that's nice.
And
Okay.
I grew up on Deep
Okay.
Space Nine and like some of the Next Generation. Deep Space Nine
Yeah.
was my favorite because, you know, it had the Black captain. So my parents was like, we definitely watching this. But I liked it. But I like Next Generation too.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't watched the older Star Trek yet.
fun to watch.
I attempted to. I watched a few of the first few episodes. I will say consistently through and through. I like Spock and the Spock characters that come along.
Yes.
Like Data.
Right.
Data was my nigga. But I like those kind of like very dry, uncompromising emotionally kind of characters. I don't know why I'm always drawn to them.
Because they're funny.
They're so funny.
They always give it to you straight.
Yes.
Everybody's panicking, and they're like, "Well, 25% of you will die, and I'm not in that 25% because I'm a superior being."
Yo,
And
it's
they're like,
funny.
"Thank you for your help."
Yeah.
It tripped me out because the actor that plays Data, I never forget, because I didn't really watch Star Trek, but back in the 90s, like my grandfather, he was like the biggest Star Trek fan. So he would watch the Next Generation. So I'll be in there. I'm in his house, my mom get home, so I'm watching it too. So Data was like my favorite character up there too. And I never forget, a couple of years later, he was in Independence Day. Remember he played like the crazy scientist in Independence Day? And I was like, yo, this is Data. And he's acting like this. As a kid, it blew my mind because like you just see him as that one character, but now he's playing like this hippie scientist dude. I was like, wow, like that told me a lot about actors at the time.
Yes. Independence Day is also a really good film as well. Like it's a pillar in the sci-fi community, but also in terms of having a Black actor. Like, in what year did Independence Day come out? Did it come out in the 90s?
I want to say 90s.
Yeah, it was 90s.
Definitely the 90s.
Because I know
Was
Bad
that-
Boys came out first. Bad Boys was 95. So I want to say 96, 97 was Independence Day.
But in terms of sci-fi, like that movie's also like instrumental in like is in like in terms of a character that is black, which I also found out that character wasn't originally written to be black either.
Oh,
It
really?
wasn't.
hmm
Oh,
But see,
So all
what I
those
love
things
about
always
that
like
one,
Who
Okay.
could have done that if not Will Smith? Like
exactly.
I can't see that be anybody else.
Denzel
I
could have
mean,
did it.
what's crazy
Denzel
is
could
they
do
said they originally wanted Tom Cruise.
Nah.
90s Denzel?
Tom
Denzel in
Cruise?
his prime?
They
What?
originally wanted Tom Cruise for the role.
Smoking. Denzel?
I could see Tom Cruise doing
Malcolm
it,
X,
but the way Will
Denzel?
Smith
What?
handled
I felt
it,
like it was too corny for Tom.
it would
And
have
I
been.
feel like it's too goofy for Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel's more
Exactly.
serious than
Right.
that.
I
Yeah.
don't think, but was Will Smith's character was pretty serious though. He wasn't goofy. I feel like Harry Connick Jr.'s character was like the goofy one.
The tone
That's
of the
cool,
movie
probably.
though is too
Right.
for Denzel.
Right. All right,
but there were still goofy elements in certain
Mhm.
things. Will Smith has he's really good at being serious, but also meddling in that humor to a certain way where it's not like, shut up, you know. Men in Black was meant to be corny though.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it was a comedy.
That was meant to be meant to be slapstick. Men in Black also is a good. I'm surprised no one has done like a Men in Black cosplay. I would love to see that.
I've seen him before. I mean, because it's kind of plain though. It's just like a tuxedo. I mean, you know what I'm
You
saying?
need
Like,
the shining gun too.
You gotta
Yeah,
you definitely gotta have props if you do a Men in Black cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be like,
who are you? They'll run through the gamut of characters that wear suits.
Right.
Like the little
Yes.
gun is like this size, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yes.
Now
Yes.
back to
No,
Independence Day. Can you really imagine Denzel saying "Welcome to Earth" after he punches the alien? Now really think about that. Though.
Yes,
You can't see that.
yes,
You
I
can't see
can.
No, you
can.
can't. Come on, man.
I
You
can.
capping, man.
Come on, dude.
You capping, man.
Look at picture.
Oh,
I think you're thinking about 65-year-old Denzel
Okay.
now. We're talking about Denzel in '96.
Yes.
I even
was like
been
30.
running through Training Day Denzel, because even with Training Day Denzel, I was like, "Shut up, Uncle."
You said what? Should you what?
I was like, "Shut up, Uncle D. Just go sit down. Go put your show on."
Okay. Another black actor in Lamar Vert. We forgot about him. Is it Vert or Burton? Lamar Burton. Reading Rainbow.
LeVar
Burton. Jordy.
Reading Rainbow, babe.
Jordy
He was also in Star Trek. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I used to take my headbands down off my head and put them across my eyes like a visor.
Okay,
Jordy.
I used to do the
Everybody
comb.
did that.
I used to do my
Everybody
comb.
did that. Yeah.
Everybody did that, yo. You couldn't see. You was bumping into the walls.
Listen, I did what I had to do. I also, and I've said this before on an episode, in kindergarten, I wanted to be a Klingon. So not a Klingon, it was a Bajoran. I loved Klingons too, but I wanted to be a Bajoran so bad. They had the one chick on there. I want to say, I don't think she was black. I think she was Latinx, but she played a Bajoran, and she had the little things on her forehead.
Yeah.
And I used to
feel like
ask
I
my
know who
mom
you're
to
talking
draw
about.
the lines on my forehead, and I wear that to school.
Because
I
wasn't she
remember
in
you talking about
Firefly
that.
later on?
Huh?
Wasn't she in Firefly later on?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah. I want to say she was.
I think we're thinking about the same lady.
I'm about to find her.
She was like hot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
hot.
she was real cute.
Yeah, we're talking about the same person. I can't think of the actress's name, but
Why'd
she
you
was,
say it like that, Arya? She was
because
hot.
she was hot. You know what I'm
And she
saying?
was fine.
No, I feel like when it's like a white girl, though, you gotta be like
She
hot.
wasn't white,
Like, it
though.
just,
No, she wasn't.
it just
She's
sounds funnier
Afro-Latina.
like that.
she was,
She-
I think she was
bad.
Afro-Latina.
Yes,
she's
if we're
Afro-Latina,
if we're
you
talking about the
just,
same woman, she is.
She could be. She could go either way. Look like
You can use a colloquialism of the culture. Okay, what about classic? Billy D. Williams,
Oh, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Right.
Lando.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was before all of our times, that movie, when that movie
Right.
came out, though. Lando
I got one.
Calrissian.
I got one for y'all. Keith David and The Thing.
Was that
Are you talking about Uncle Daddy Deacon?
Yes. Yeah.
I call him Uncle Daddy Geek
I'm taking
because
it back.
he plays. Yes. Okay. I love that. I love that. Okay. So the thing is sci-fi.
Yes, it is.
It
Yep.
is.
Mhm.
It's sci-fi
Monster
before it's horror.
lands on Earth, and it starts to
Okay.
do the whole body snatcher thing, and
Okay.
people on camp don't know who's who. And then whenever the alien wants to absorb somebody else, every piece of your body is a piece of the alien. So that's one of my favorite
Ooh.
sci-fi movies of all time, right there.
That makes me think about. I think this is a good segue into the science fiction horror genre because it's like some things.
They intersect.
You said
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They intersect like so much.
Yes.
The two genres for real. Because it's
Kinda,
like
yeah.
any science fiction joint that you would say is science fiction that involves some type of alien. If you just change the alien from being somebody from outer space to being like some kind of spirit, it's a horror movie instead of science fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's
Instead of
like
sci-fi. Yeah.
they crossed over so much. It's crazy.
And science fiction is anything with science and technology dealing with the future. But science, anytime a body is morphing from one thing to another, that's science, y'all. So it's like horror movies also have a lot of science aspects in them. But I'm not gonna go down that like
Well, it's more so
that
what we don't
pathway.
understand that scares us,
Mhm.
and so
Yeah.
they tend to go
Yeah.
that route.
So that's
Fear
deep.
is fear of the unknown. It's like your imagination. Like I feel like sci-fi movies when they're not super gory, like Alien or Alien versus Predator,
Classic.
those are
classic.
good ones. Those are classics. But like those are some of my favorite sci-fi horror movies.
Mhm.
Them motherfuckers popping out of people's chests and stomachs and stuff, that scared me so bad. Still, like I thought if I ate a walnut, it was gonna pop out of my belly.
I
And
feel
see,
it.
that was too much for me. Yet I was
Yes.
a few years ago watching The Magicians.
What's it called?
Magicians
Oh, the card.
on sci-fi. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they interweaved mythology, mystical, and overall sci-fi, and they put it all together in one show. It was like Harry Potter went to college
Mm-hmm.
and recognized
Yeah.
what the real world was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show. I really loved that show when it
It's
came
so
out.
good. But it had times
love-
where I was like, "Oh shoot,
Am,
am I ready
am
for
I the
this?"
only one that thought the Predator was black?
No, he
Because-
definitely was black.
He had locks though.
Yes.
Nah,
He
you're
was
not the only
definitely
one because he had locks. Definitely had locks.
He even had moments where he stopped and stared at folk like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Like, like nigga.
Right.
Yeah, he had a couple of nigga moments.
I was like, that is somebody from the Caribbean. That is a West Indian person.
Yo,
Yep.
he's stupid.
And
Why they doing this to us? But
tall as
okay, if
hell.
you saw the one with Sanaa Lathan in it, she was
Yeah.
like a descendant of that alien race.
What?
Like, I think they were trying to like put that spin on it. If I remember, early 2000s.
I'm not sure about that.
Freaking, how old was I?
was a
I
while
was
ago.
younger.
I was
I
just
was
looking
also
at Sanaa Lathan the whole time. I don't know what happened in the movie. Yeah,
But they were like, there's a reason why nobody wanted to kill her. Like there was something about her that none of the predators
oh
were
yeah.
trying
I
to
gotta
kill
see
her.
it again. I gotta see it again.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole franchise they could be doing better with. It's like every time they bump out a new movie, my geeky style, I have to go see it. I'm going to go see it, but I'm always like, at least a little bit disappointed after every movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel
I'm
like they
tired
don't
of
never do it right.
I'm tired of fucking remakes. There is so much that they could pull from in folklore, especially West Indian folklore, African American folklore, African folklore. So there's so many things that are scary as hell or supernatural that people can pull from. In our culture, if like of the culture, it's also because we need more representation in Hollywood and in those places. There's so much
Right.
that people can pull from to make a film that's new and scary, but it takes money and it takes representation.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like the
Well, I would
reason it
say-
doesn't happen because it'd be like the people that consume it, like us, we want that. But the people who fund it is the white dudes in suits. Like, well, we know 5 years ago we did this movie, so it's going to perform similarly. So they end up making like the same type movie. You know what I'm saying? So
And it's also
That's a
the
good
fear
money
of
issue.
backlash, because you got to remember, forever they've demonized us and our beliefs and our culture to a point that now they're afraid to bring that in and bring any type of villainy to it, because they're afraid that the first thing that's going to happen is look at y'all again, y'all dogging us out again. They don't want that, especially not in today's society where you villainize anything or anyone and it's a problem. It's a real problem. So they're afraid to go there.
Yeah, they are. They're scared. That fear. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to go ahead and mention before we do. Does anybody have any
Yes, I
last
do.
thing to say?
So I looked at that actress. She is very unseasoned, very unmelanated, no pieces or parts of the melanation from anywhere, from any of the melanated places where you would brown up if you stood in the sun. She's not from none of those spots. I thought that she was, and I looked at pictures of her now, and I am ashamed. I'm also going to put a little bit of that on my kid brain, but she was trying to get at Worf, and now I feel a way about it. I'll be honest with you. That retroactive hatred.
Okay.
But she is very unmelanated and unseasoned, and I'm embarrassed.
You're giving me
Thank
a
you for
point.
letting us know about that.
You're giving me a point in my mind where when I was younger, I used to think that all aliens were black people because I didn't see that many black people. So it could have also been that when people played something of the alien race, because aliens in a lot of science fiction movies are also heavily stigmatized or oppressed beings.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they black. Until they did something that was not black people-ish. I'm like, oh no, that's not what we
Okay.
I'll take that. I mean, her hair wasn't slicked back. It was kind of looking a little fuzzy. She had that little coif, you know what I'm saying?
It was
I thought
thick.
she had some texture. And
Right.
she was trying to get at Worf. Worf was clearly black.
Exactly.
She could have had some passing in her bloodline.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
but it ain't show. She's sunburned. She has no resistance.
Yes. But let's go ahead and talk about that segue into that science fiction and the horror a little more. And I want to really talk about the movie Nope. We're going to talk about spoilers. Oh, Lord. Okay. So
we are going to spoil it because I haven't seen it. Are we spoiling it?
We are going to. Okay. You try your best to. Can you speak in code about it? Because I can speak in code, but.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay.
For
those of you that have seen the movie Nope,
hold on, wait, hold on. It might be hard because the biggest twist in the movie.
Okay, we gotta spoil it. We gotta spoil it.
Fine.
Okay, but it also
spoiler alert for anybody who's listening.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Go see the damn movie, even if you heard mixed reviews. Go see it to support the person who made it. Okay.
And hold on, before we go any further, I'm gonna say that's really why I want to see it, because I am not a fan of horror films. Period. I didn't watch Us because I don't like horror films, but Get Out was more of a thriller than a horror movie, and so thriller I can do. Same thing with this one. It's a horror movie, but I've seen enough of the trailer to understand. It's more of an
thriller
movie than anything, and I can go with that because I like that shit. But horror, no. So I feel like it might be borderline the way Get Out was borderlining the horror genre, not necessarily all the way in it, but I know enough people who aren't really scared of stuff or who are a good gauge. I'm not gonna try to watch Us. But I'm going to try to watch as many of his movies for that reason, to support, because we need
this is definitely more of it
to push us to be able to be in those spaces, and for those big name companies to not feel like it's going to take a chance on producing this movie, because this demographic wants to see it. Clearly, we're showing it here.
And bringing in other names outside of the traditional same old Black Hollywood names that we always see every day.
Yeah.
Because there's room for more than one.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Nope is definitely a sci-fi thriller.
I could do that.
I agree that. Yeah,
I'll
I agree.
try. I'll give it a try.
But there are moments in the movie where
You
it
could be in
gets
the
so
movie theater with
tense,
me.
like a horror. But we'll talk about more of that later on.
Yeah. Okay, so would you recommend for a person to go see this movie? Yes or no? That's the first question.
Absolutely. Go
Yes.
see it.
Yep,
Go see
I
it.
agree.
Same here.
Mhm.
I agree as well. I agree. Do you think the movie was good or bad? Yes or no?
Hold on, before y'all answer that, can you talk about why you would recommend someone to see it? Just real quick, like why should someone who's on the fence or who isn't interested get interested? Besides supporting the culture.
Besides supporting the culture, if you are a cinema head in terms of liking film and cinematography, and you think of film as an art, it's a good art piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you like looking at films with an objective view and understanding like layers and theories and all that stuff, I recommend it. If you like looking at if you like to see how things connect, you like foreshadowing in film, if you like to see how people, do like a certain like paradigm shift, if you enjoy seeing that juxtaposition of certain things, this is a good movie for you to watch and let that art cinema film head, that little button, whatever that kink is, it's gonna press it because you're gonna be all over the place trying to put stuff together. So that's why I say yes. Yes.
I'll say if you like anything about the unknown, right, or a new take on aliens, watch this movie.
Okay.
A new take. Okay.
It is new.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, in a big way.
We won't spoil that part. I think we can keep that part without. I think we're still discussing without spoiling how it was.
I don't think we can.
You don't think so?
No.
She don't want to. She wanted to just ruin the whole movie.
She got
everybody
something.
else.
You're damn right. You're damn
up until this
skippy.
point.
I sure enough do.
She worships chaos. It's all good, man. It is all good.
I don't worship chaos. Oh wow, that's a huge metaphor. I don't.
Hey,
Worship is the wrong word
there's
choice.
nothing wrong with a little
Right,
bit of
my
chaos
goodness.
in-
That's like I
There's
like putting the
nothing
devil
wrong
up in my
with chaos.
coochie. I don't like that. My goodness.
You have some devil dick. All y'all have. But yo, for real, I think the main thing is, support the culture. Like for me, that was my thing. Even though I would say personally, it wasn't my favorite movie from Jordan Peele. I think there were like some holes in the plot. To me, that was kind of like unforgivable. But every movie has holes in the plot. No movie is without a sin. Every movie has a sin.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's like any movie, he can put out 10 more movies. I'm gonna go see all 10 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody's 100 for 100. Like Steven Spielberg has made movies that I thought was just okay. And then he's made movies that were great. And I think it's the same thing with Jordan Peele.
I agree. Okay. Now,
I
where
think
do you
we
guys
can
want
try
to
not
start?
ruin the movie.
Where to start? Well, I got a question for those that haven't seen it yet. So, what do y'all think the movie is about ultimately?
Okay, that's a good question.
Ultimately,
Mhm.
shit, I don't know.
I was just gonna say
Thank you, Jiggly.
I have no
I'll be
clue.
I don't
Okay.
know.
None.
So here's the thing with me and movie trailers. Once I decide I want to see a movie, I stop watching the trailer.
Okay.
I'm not looking for how to decipher, how to discover what's gonna happen because I hate spoilers. Once I am interested, I stop watching. So I only saw the trailer once and I didn't watch the whole thing. Once I decided like, okay, this is something I do actually want to watch, I was out. I did Control Alt Delete it. I don't really remember, but I remember going, I want to see this. This is a Jordan Peele movie I want to watch. Because when I saw the movie poster and it looked like a scary movie and it said nope, I said nope.
That's my biggest problem with the movie.
And
But
then
I'm
I
gonna say
saw.
that. That's my problem.
Is it
Gag
because,
is
is it because of the language? Is it because of the language? Like it just kind of like
Yeah.
makes you like have an aversion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the whole from the first trailer and even the title of the movie, it plays on
The culture.
the cultural norm of
Yeah.
Black people saying, you know what,
Nah.
no.
Nope.
You know,
No.
we all in the forest, we taking a hike or whatever, you know what I'm saying, probably bumping along the way, and we hear off in the bushes some rustling. We're not running to that because we don't got no reason to run to it. We're going to say nope, and we're going to run in the other direction.
Right.
And I feel like the main characters in this movie did the exact opposite of what most melanated people would do. And I took issue with it.
I
That was my
disagree.
biggest gripe.
So
I
you
disagree.
found yourself
I'm
as a
the
person
opposite.
watching saying no while they was like doing yes.
Yes, there was like you watching it, it's a meta commentary of what Black people would do. Because like I'm sitting here saying no, but the Black people in the movie is doing the reversion.
Okay. In certain instances, I understand where you're coming from because they could have just left and left everything and just took all their shit with them and left. That's what we would assume Black people would do. But also, think about really proud Black people that will fight for everything that they have ever owned in their life. You understand?
And as one of those, I will
Mhm.
fight my ass off. But if I have the opportunity to get the fuck up out of there first, I'm going to do so.
Right.
And see, look, I agree with that. So listen
they
to the
had
thing.
that opportunity.
If they had just like did what most Black people do and left out, that's not a fun movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it lasted
say
10 minutes, it's over. So what
Okay,
I'm saying,
well,
like, still
are you
take
Black
on the
people?
alien, but make it a situation where they had no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's how I would have approached it.
Black
as a
people
movie.
are not a monolith. So
True.
there are people that are within us, but they're not like us in the culture. These people still were of the culture. And I think if you know some really old Black people that have had land in their family for generations and generations and generations and generations and generations, I feel like they did what they were supposed to do. I feel like we gonna see what the hell is going on out here because this is our shit and we want to keep our shit. And this is family at the end of the day. I know some Black people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, I see where you're coming from. But if you know people that have had something, like as Kiki said, we got skin in the game. First Black person on film, that's their family. That land has history. So I feel like they did what a family that comes from that kind of culture and history would do. I felt like they did.
Don't sell grandma's house, basically.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm
Keep it in
a
the
firm
family.
believer of that.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
it in the family.
And that is Black. That is Black.
Mhm.
Sure. Oh,
Yes. So Jeezy was like, try not to spoil it.
Try not to. If you got to, you got to. But I'm just saying, try.
I mean,
Okay.
because
What were your
the
major
biggest-
hangups, y'all?
I feel like
Well,
Goku
okay,
would be
G.
the one to spoil it. That's how I just.
Oh
I
hell
feel
yes!
I mean,
I'm trying
it's-
to. I love Jiggly, so I'm trying to do my best.
listen, it's hard not to spoil it because the biggest twist in the movie changes like the rest of the movie until the very end when you figure out what's really happening. So
Mhm.
it's on
Okay.
y'all. Like,
Here we go. Because
Yeah.
I hate spoilers, I'm gonna exit this part of the conversation. Message me when I can come back. This is also a cue for the people who are listening and watching. If you don't want no spoilers, exit, and we'll put the timestamp of when you can come back.
Good one.
Deal?
She got
Okay.
scared.
Deal.
Yeah.
Because she
Alright.
got like she was about that spoiler life, and then she was like, you know what? It started getting real. She's like, you know what?
Yeah, I gotta leave. I gotta
To the
leave.
church
Because I really
finger,
wanna
church
see it,
finger.
'cause what
I'm-
you're talking
alright.
Meanwhile, I'm
about,
over here
like,
like,
the
Tell me
oh,
I can, if it's gonna change the entire perspective of the movie, I
It
don't
does.
want to know about it because then
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's gonna
watch
spoil
the
it for you.
from the
Yeah.
beginning the same way. I won't get the effect. So
Right.
Yes.
text me. Don't DM me on Discord.
I'll text you.
All right.
I'll text you. Yes. All right.
Alright.
All right. Let's get to this shit because y'all niggas get on my nerves. Anyway, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
So
What was the biggest thing for you?
all right, so Sunshine. From the trailers, right? We know that there is a UFO in the area, right? But plot twist, the UFO is an actual alien itself.
Yes, it's not a UFO. That is the alien.
Okay, I could see that.
It's like imagine like a huge stingray that is able to hide behind clouds, or it's
camouflage itself as a cloud.
Right, and it's preying on people or things in the area. So
yeah,
that was the whole
twist. Is the mother.
Organic carbon-based life forms.
Right.
So anything that's organic and living, it will consume.
It was a big space coochie. That's what it was.
It was not. Okay, I see the coochie part because it did have walls up in there. But I went and saw the movie with one of my friends, and he was like, "It's an eyeball," and I was like,
"That was
it is an eyeball too."
Coochie. It was definitely coochie.
It is an eyeball too, but I know why y'all saying the coochie because it like sucks you up, and you got all these walls in there, and then it gets to the part where the walls are kind of pinkish and stuff. Y'all nasty. That's all you think about. That's all you think about. Look at this giant alien coochie sucking up people, eating people through his coochie. Y'all so used to the only person to do stuff like that. It looked like an eyeball, but it also looked like a coochie. Y'all get it?
Oh, man. Listen, man.
Like
it looked right, but it was yeah. But for the horror folks, though, it was kind of horrifying because when people were up in between the walls, you would hear them scream, right? Mm-hmm. And as the UFO space coochie was flying over the clouds, you would hear the screams of people like miles away. So
how can you say that with a straight face? That's his big old face. The big old space coochie.
That wasn't the scariest part of the film for me. The scariest part of the screams were crazy. Because at first it was eating horses, but it was eating people all along. We found out that it's been eating people all along because anything that people had on them that was not organic, like any metals and stuff, it was kind of like it would like pee it out in a way. So like it's like it was, you know how animals leave territory, and that's a big thing. Like that's why I said if you're really into film and theory, there was a scene in the beginning where an animal was essentially a prey, or its space got invaded and it became a predator in a way. The alien is more so like a play on animal and being tamed, like taming the animal. And the way that animal marks its territory is by peeing or pooping or whatever. And so the alien coochie, I'm just calling it alien coochie. So this alien pussy was flying around dropping metal at rapid weight. So anything that was inorganic or metal based, it will just drop it, but it will also drop it in its area to claim, you know. So that is like a big thing. So there's a part in the film where after it eats a whole bunch of people, it literally just like you can hear the screams of the people being consumed, but also like blood being poured and like metal dropping down at like really fast rates. And it was just like, I'm like, this is scary because I would literally be so, and it was also kind of like waiting for the people that were in the area. It was kind of a way to scare them off and saying like, this is mine, because they did something to essentially entice the alien coochie, entice the alien and get it to like it. They just wanted to see what was going on. They just wanted to see what was going on, so they put out a decoy, and the alien took decoy, and then it messed it up. And that's how they figured out, like, oh, it can't really consume anything that's not, that can't be, like, broken down or biodegradable or anything like that. Like, it'll kill it.
And it messed up its pH balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it messed up his... Shut up. Messed up the alien's pH balance. Yes.
Space coochie, that's what it is.
But it also...
Let's still go see it.
Y'all are making me think, because at the end of the film where it got angry, it kind of looked like a uterus.
It did. And it was constantly opening up.
But it also looked like a kite. I'm thinking about vapors and stuff.
Yeah.
It looked like, I will say that the cinematography in the film is absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful shots. My complaint is that I was still scared in the beginning just because of I don't know what's going on. But when nothing really happened, I'm like, hurry the fuck up. Like, I literally said that in my mind, like, hurry up and get to the part where I need the action to start. And then the action started happening in the film.
Right.
You know? And I think the main complaint that people would have that it was a lot of quiet time in the beginning, but it's not necessarily quiet time. It's also everything in the beginning. Still, you needed the information to build up in the end, more so. And then at the end, I would say that the climax lasted for a really long time in this film because you're constantly like, okay, we know that this thing is eating people, we know it's eating horses, we know it's like doing this. But like it's like as the film, it was like a slow. It's kind of like it was going up, and then it stayed up all the way until the end of the film.
You're saying it was up and it was also stuck at the same time.
Shut up.
I feel like it's just like with comedy, right? It's like you got some comedians who they tell jokes, and when they set, it's a joke after joke after joke after joke. And then you got somebody like a Dave Chappelle who like will tell like a whole story or give you like some history and then it'd be a big joke. You could do that, but it's like the build up the climax has to make the build up worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're not gonna give me like bam, 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 bam along the way, you gotta at least whenever it does happen, it gotta be crazy. And I feel like it kind of did that. You know what I'm saying? I really wish he would have went more the horror route than the suspense route. You know, I think that would have been better. But you know, it was still pretty good.
Yeah, and I'll say I wish he would have went the Jaws route, where if they would like constantly trying to hunt down this space stingray kite Kewchie monster throughout the entire movie, right? That too, right? If they would treat this as a sci-fi version of Jaws, because the other deeper meanings in the movie with the monkey and sunshine, you were going to see a shoe that is standing up like this in the movie, right, on its toe, and they keep flashing back to the same scene over and over again, and you're thinking like, maybe this will like lead to like a deeper meaning. And it doesn't. So a lot of the movie has moments of no payoff.
Break down, especially the shoe. Please break down the shoe.
The shoe. Right, the shoe.
The boy never looked the monkey in the eye until the end. So there's this character. There's this chimpanzee named Gordy and this character named Jupiter or June or something like that. I forgot his name. But essentially in the beginning you get this really crazy tragic scene of this chimpanzee going ham and literally killing everybody on a TV set, on a sitcom set. And there's this little boy underneath a table, and he's basically hiding because he doesn't want this chimpanzee to beat his face in, basically. That part is about understanding the characteristics of an animal in its space and invading an animal space, because they had to essentially tame this alien Kewchie. Y'all get on my fucking nerves because they had to tame this Kewchie. So the boy was staring at the shoe for a long time. He wasn't looking in the animal's eye. He was looking at the shoe to also not look the monkey in the eye, because there's this thing, if you look the alien in the eye, it can sense it and then it can eat you. That's what that was. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought that was.
I mean, there's so many theories about that. Because some people have said, well, maybe what that moment meant was man always trying to tame something that they shouldn't.
Okay, I can get that. I understand that too, with the chimpanzee going crazy.
Right.
But we all know that there's a connection to taming an animal. Because it's also like a coming of age story, low key. Because the character OJ, who is Daniel Kaluuya. Okay, that character and his sister is like a coming of age. They're not teenagers, but it's kind of like a facing reality thing where his father died in the beginning, and he's grieving the loss of his father, but he hasn't given himself to do it. He's just been working and trying to work with these horses. And then them taming the alien, in a sense, was him also using that to get over his grief and to healthily like acknowledge the fact that he's here on his own without his dad also. So they had to tame the alien, and they had to also show this monkey being untamed and his space being invaded. Okay, what about the white people, black people thing? Let's talk about that, because you know that's in there. There was a film director in the movie, and Keke Palmer's character Emerald, or M, she was basically trying to get. When they realized they had aliens on their property, they were like, we need to take pictures of this so we can make money off of it, you know, so we can keep our land, keep the horses, all that stuff. And so they basically sold the idea to this director about the impossible shot. And so there was a point in the film where they basically got the impossible shot, or they got the alien on film, but this man literally went and stopped filming and recording for them and was like, you guys don't deserve the impossible shot. And it's like he tried to use his white bravado to think that this alien won't continue him to eat him up. And it was just so stupid.
I didn't see that because y'all remember he was watching film of animals eat each other. Mm-hmm. So the way that I took it, maybe this guy got a kick. Maybe he wants to be swallowed whole. And
it was oddly sexual.
Maybe this was his way of getting this impossible shot, but also fulfilling his kink of being eaten alive or something. I don't know, but that's how I took it.
I think it's also him feeling like he can't be tamed. You know,
Ray's face is priceless right now.
What's on your mind, Ray? What's
space coochie and monkeys? Like, what's
They're calling it a space coochie, but it looks like I said it was an eyeball.
It could have been a lot of things. It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
it changed forms like 5 times.
It's like the overlapping theme is being primal and feral.
Yes, absolutely. That's the main.
It sounds like it's a culmination of our own primal and feral desires getting in the way of us overcoming or defeating whatever feral thing is out to get us.
Yes.
Because we can't get out of our own way.
You smart as hell, girl.
Contest clues being picked up. I like that.
Yes. I mean, that's what it sounds like. And that's why I'm looking the way I do, because I'm like, that's what it sounds like, because that's how fear plays too. It's our primal instinct to be afraid of something to protect ourselves.
Yes, and that's the main thing in the layers. Like with the family, them overcoming their father's death. Their father was kind of fucked up, you know, but now I have all this land on my own. How am I going to make it? Because you kind of learn that they need help with money to keep this land. You know, that's why I was saying, like, I feel like in a lot of ways it's more of a context of like, we gonna do whatever we need to do to keep this land. This is ours. Ain't nobody gonna take this away from us. So when Arya was like, black people don't do that, I'm like, no, if you have something in your family for generations, you're going to want to keep it. I have a shotgun in my house that dates back to over 100 years ago. You know, don't know why we want to keep the shotgun. I don't know if that motherfucker worked, but we got it. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting ready to say, I actually have family land out in West Virginia that my great-grandfather bought way back in the day when we weren't supposed to have anything. And to this day, it's still in the family name. He wrote it in the will that it should be passed down to the next generation of women in the family, no matter what. So it's still in the family. And so I get that part. I like wholeheartedly get that part, because we have, as a family, have been fighting off white folk for that property for forever.
That's okay. That's dope. I like that.
It makes sense.
I get it. But okay, so in the
no, shut up, because you made me mad.
nah.
Yeah.
It's an alien though. Like, come on, man. At least come back with like some weapons.
I get it. When we see some shit that's weird, we be like, hell no.
But at the same time,
there's so many things in our culture.
What you say? You talk about come back with some weapons. What do you come back with when you don't know what you're fighting?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you don't come back with nothing. No, excuse me, some cameras. These niggas went to Best Buy and bought a whole bunch of cameras. I'm like, y'all can't buy one gun. Y'all bought 45 cameras, but y'all couldn't purchase one gun. Seriously?
Because you couldn't shoot it.
This giant space coochie. Who knows if bullets gonna kill the space coochie or not? But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna at least have some weapons. I don't. Okay, that's what I don't get. That's crazy.
In a certain sense, you are correct. I feel like black people would try to shoot it first.
You get strapped up.
My first thought would be go get a lawyer, go find the military. With said lawyer, you already got a contract saying that the military can only show up to defeat whatever is out there killing everything, and that only they are not allowed to take over your land. Once they are done, they must leave. That's what I would do.
There you go.
That's also another realistic thought too, right? Like, what other resources can we use?
Right.
You know, and I will go back to the dynamic of certain cultures, them feeling like they can't be defeated with the random white dude that pulled up on a motorcycle. So they're about to do like their final taming thing, and this guy pulled up, and he was just like, they were like, "You need it, sir. Don't go any further. We're telling you not to go." And he's like, "I'm gonna get it."
Hilarious.
He just went. He just went, and that was my favorite because I talked about physics. I'm like, yes, you're right, because this alien had this anti-electricity field, so whatever area it was in, no electricity would work. So in the trailer, when you see all the stuff going dark, that means that the alien is close to you or over you. And so basically, this guy was riding his motorcycle full speed, and he hit that anti-electricity thing in his motorcycle. He hit a wall, and that was my favorite part because they talked about the little boy like made a science joke. I'm like, yes, you're right. This is gonna be so gross. We see blood spatter. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that wasn't as bad, but this is actually more realistic because that's actually a realistic. The gore was also realistic. Except for the little rain coochie pee squirt thing, yeah. The gore was realistic in terms of like how people got injuries or how people got hurt, and that's one of my hangups about horror movies is when the gore is not realistic. Like The Boys and all that stuff, that's not horror, but it's like gory. Yeah. The gore is not realistic, and someone that actually has studied science and stuff like that, sometimes I can't do it because they do all this extra stuff, and I'm just like, that's not what it looks like. Honestly, when you cut a body open, it looks like food that you eat. Okay, it looks like chicken fat and chicken legs and thighs and hips and bodies or whatever that song Candy made. You know, it looks like that. It looks like potatoes. Fat looks like boiled potato. Like, you know, so some yes, so some of the stuff is just like but it was like no matter what they said, he still thought that he could conquer it. Even when he had all his bones broken in his body from hitting this force field, he's like, get my camera. We need this shot. I need this shot. I'm just like, stop. You know? But it's also what you said in terms of taming that pharaoh thing that you know, that's unknownness there.
But in a sense, that sounds like a God complex. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Here you go. Colonization is based on the God complex.
True.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that's also a theory in there, that there are certain subsects of people that don't have this fear, because they've never been subjected to it like these other groups of people have. Well, and you can see that when they feel like they could conquer it.
Honestly, they have, but it has been so long ago that they forgot.
It's true. Boy, I sound like a nerd. I am nerd.
Nah.
Look, I was getting ready to say my history nut was about to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I mean, I
the,
think that's what it boils down to for them, period, as a whole, when it
Mhm.
comes to people of color,
Mhm.
is that they have been dominated by people of color for so many generations and so many eons that they have conditioned themselves to believe that at this point they've seen it all to the point that they can't be beaten.
Mm.
good point.
And
Good
that's
point.
why they're acting a fool now, because they're realizing that they haven't seen it all. And that just like they considered themselves learning from the people of color and how we have dominated in the past, roles are reversing.
Mhm.
And now they're
Yes.
scared.
Yes. Girl, I'm about to send you $1. Okay.
Build a wall. We need a wall to keep them on the other
Yes. But
side.
with that being said, listeners and people watching, I feel like we could bring Jiggly. I'm gonna text Jiggly back. Hey girl.
But I
Hey
will
girl.
say
Come
this:
back.
when if you see this movie, Sunshine, one thing that you can probably see is that everybody walks away with a different type of a theory or their own perspective about the movie. So
Mhm.
it has layers, but I will say this movie, unlike Get Out, has so many plot holes where Get Out was
Mhm.
just a tighter
That was the
movie
most
overall.
cohesive
Yeah.
film that he's done thus far.
Right,
I really
exactly.
would
And
like for the next one to be more cohesive.
exactly. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that also, is it because of COVID that it wasn't as cohesive as it could have been?
Could be.
You know what? I never even thought about that. Because you know what? I really feel like the way, like, I obviously don't know him personally, but just based upon how I've seen him work in the interviews that he has, like, he's a real smart brother. So I'm like, yo, to put a movie out and it seemed like it has so many holes in it, like I feel like either, I don't know if money got low at the end, because the way it is, you shoot it, right? Then you get the editing and you're trying to make it as cohesive as possible. But it's like, if you notice something is a little bit off, you might have to keep it there if you can't necessarily afford. If you're out of budget and you can't do reshoots on
Well,
certain
you got to
parts,
remember
you know what I'm
too,
saying?
there was a whole strike in Hollywood pre
That
That
is
too.
true.
Forgot about that.
They had a
Yeah,
There
writer's
was a
strike,
strike.
and then they had the background strike. Because
Okay.
Who knows?
yeah,
But
so
this is
it's like he
cold.
had a lot against him when it came to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the trailers for that movie were out in like 2020, 2019.
Dang, so yeah, COVID probably did impact it a little bit,
Mhm.
if not a lot.
Yeah. I think that's something that we have to think about. COVID is still, the pandemic year is still impacting a lot of stuff
Oh yeah.
that we're
No doubt.
experiencing, especially with supply and demand and the shortages, because they actually make stuff a year before they
Right.
might sell it.
Yeah.
So we're facing stuff where there was no one to make the stuff, and now we don't have that much. So you gotta make your own. I need to get my own sewing machine. So yes, but with that being said, we're gonna kind of close on this note. Okay, talking about alien Kewchie. Okay, do you believe in aliens? And if you had an alien bae from any like sci-fi or sci-fi anime or any of that, who would your alien bae be? And if you don't think of one, what would your alien bae look like? I guess I don't know. Interesting. It's getting a little freaky now. We gotta have something a little nasty at the end.
Okay. Okay. I got one
Makes
for y'all.
sense.
I got one for y'all.
Okay,
Who's going first? Because well,
you,
I'm gonna
because you
take,
said I got something for y'all.
yeah.
And
I'm
then
gonna
just got
take,
quiet.
Right.
I got you.
I was waiting for something.
So Leela from Futurama.
Okay.
That's my boo.
Okay.
That's my boo.
Which one is that? The Cyclops shit?
Cyclops. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I love it.
Leela
Yeah.
from Futurama. Okay.
hmm And I do believe in aliens because I mean, we cannot be the only intelligent life forms out there. I fail to believe that galaxies away, like we are it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's we have universes for a reason. So there's infinite possibilities of something else being out there. Would it come here? I don't think so. I think if they was smart enough to somehow bend time and space to get down here, they'd be like, nah, they fucking up. Politicians is crazy as hell. People shooting up schools. You know what I'm saying? Gangs is
Earth
out of
is ghetto
control.
as fuck.
Earth is
Please.
trash, boo.
Yeah, it's trash, man. We got water for the most part. Like you know, the earth is covered in water. That's a great natural resource. But beyond that, man,
we're
fuck Earth.
contaminating.
Fuck Earth. We out here. Terraform Mars or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the woman we found out won't Latin. The non-Latin board member. I think that's what they call those functions.
Bajorn.
Bajorn. Yeah.
Bajorn.
Yeah, I can't think of what her name. I think it was 7. Is it 7 of 9?
Kira
I
or
think it's 7
Kyra.
of 9. I think it was 7 of 9, something like that. But anyway, but yeah, she.
7 of 9.
Oh, that's what I was talking about the whole time. I don't know. Y'all might be talking about somebody else.
I was talking about someone else.
Oh,
Now I
okay.
gotta go look because I remember the name 7 of 9.
Yeah, she was like, and typically I don't even go for the you know. Well, yo, she was alright. She was alright though. She was alright, so it will definitely be her. And then again, I guess that she ain't really white anyway, because she's like a alien cyborg type. I don't even know. This is all.
It's okay if what he take isn't your necessary flavor. It's fantasy. So
what he take?
Yeah.
What he take?
I looked it up. She was
Okay.
a board. She was a board.
Board.
That's right, it was. Yeah.
I was talking about a Bajorn.
A Bajorn.
Bajorn. Okay.
I don't even know. But yeah, it'll be her. And as far as space aliens, I agree with G, man. The universe is so big. I feel like we the only life here. Like, you know, like that's just crazy to me. It's like so vastly big. Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way it's just us. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's no way it's just us.
Yes. Right.
Just to pull back to where you guys started or left off. Yes, I do believe that there is alien life out there. I think it's imperial of us to think that we are the only ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's different kinds of animals, amoebas, and everything else out there, who are we to believe that we're the only ones and we're unique? I would say if there was any alien life form that I would deal with, I would say it was an avatar for the tribal aspect. It feels familiar. It feels like home.
Okay.
And because of that, I could see that being a thing for me.
They roll deep. They squat up no matter where they go. So yeah.
Wait, did you say you would get one with one of the aliens from Avatar? That would be your choice?
For nothing else, for the tribal aspect alone.
That's a lot to deal with. You know, they like, you know, kind of big. Like I don't know if that'll work because.
Hey, I mean, they found a way to make it work in the movie. So
what? They ain't got no parts to be dealing with. You gonna have sex to your scalp?
Connect your ponytail. That's it.
Right.
Man.
You just gotta give your all you gotta do is put your hair in some cornrows and put some oil at the end and put it in his. That's all you gotta do. That's so intimate.
Coming out your head, it's gonna be like this. Top of your head is gonna be
Play Mario, braid my hair. This is how y'all gonna be. Y'all gonna put your ponytails together and hold hands, and that's sex. You talking about it's gonna be big. They don't have no parts. They got a booty and a ponytail. That's all they got.
I don't know. They never showed it. They never said that they don't have. You don't know what's under that loincloth. You know what I'm saying?
They might have that. They might have.
It might be something under
They
there.
have sex.
I mean, they do something.
You know, okay, maybe that's a spiritual connection. Maybe that's the soul tie, and then the penis is for the flesh tie. Okay, maybe it's that. Y'all right. Y'all right. Y'all, it is weird. Just people have sex in their ponytails. That is weird. It's okay. It's okay. All right, Jiggly. How about you?
So I would say that I believe not necessarily in the existence of aliens,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe that we don't know everything. We don't know everything that there is to know. There's way too much out there that we have not tapped into. We still discovering shit here. Like y'all said, there are things that we don't even know about our own planet. So how are we to presume that there's nothing else out there because we ain't seen it or it ain't seen us? And also, quite possibly, maybe they have seen us and been here, and our government is hiding it from us, or world powers are hiding it from us. And or quite possibly, we never made it off the fucking planet, so we don't even fucking know. Like there's too much unknown. I'm gonna allow it to be it. If we can conceptualize gods of all the different cultures or whatever, the people who believe those things believe that they're real. Why can't also aliens be real?
Right.
Or why can't those entities in themselves, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone, be what we call aliens, and that those things actually do exist, but we haven't applied the appropriate labels that we fucking made up anyway.
Okay, I like that.
So I'm gonna allow it. You know, there could quite possibly be aliens.
Okay, who's your alien bae?
Jimmy said, furthermore. With the lawyer spelled. Furthermore.
Gotta use my words, man. Gotta use my words.
For sure.
I didn't think about this until until you asked the question. So I don't know if I necessarily have like an alien bae.
Would you let a base if you would?
Oh, I would definitely smash an alien if it's hitting right.
Yeah. Okay. That's my next question.
If it's built the way I like the things that I'd be looking at, like if it looks like what I like to be looking at, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We're gonna take that
right.
Definitely gonna try some alien peen.
I like that. Yeah.
For sure.
Aliens in the spaceships. I was I got them Earth cheeks.
Hey man.
Did you hate Klondor? You know why? You know why? Earthling cheeks.
Let me roll a space blunt. A space joint. Let me see what that's about.
Right.
You got some Stardust, man. Here you go, brother. Some Stardust right there for you, man.
I'm saying, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely
get out of this world.
I'm definitely with you guys on the aspect that I definitely think that life exists outside of what we know and that we don't know everything, being that we already exist and don't exist in the same instance of time right now at any time, because we're here and we're not here, because we're made up of electrons, and electrons move in waves and they move as a particle, and that's called the duality of the electron. You ever heard of Schrodinger's cat? There's so much shit out there. We have like energy and wavelengths and all this shit that's there, and it's like there's no way that there are things that aren't above what we are already, and there's so many things that we don't know. Everything always goes back to energy and all this other stuff, and there's so many things out there that are undiscovered, so many species of animals that are undiscovered.
Yep.
They did release classified information on aliens in the government, so they are out there. They do exist, things that we can't name, we don't understand what they are, and they made the Space Force for a reason. You know, so it's just like, for a matter of time, somebody gonna show up at your door and be like, I've been watching you for eons, my friend. Or I just hope they black low key, because I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to see something real quick. I just want to know.
What is this?
Hold on. And you said that, and I immediately got the stamp. Nope. Open that door real quick.
There you go. Right.
They trying to get the alien draw. I see it. They was really trying to smash some aliens. Listen.
I didn't say who my alien bae was. But y'all already know. Y'all already know. BB-8.
Oh. That, you know what? You jarred it. I do have an alien bae.
Oh.
Go ahead. Talk about BB-8.
Who is that?
Okay.
Because I just been like nodding my head like I know who that is.
I need
I
a
definitely don't know who
humanoid.
that is.
Are
Who is
you?
that?
If you don't stop yelling, you need to calm your voice now. You need to drink some
Am
water.
I loud?
Yes.
Is the why you tell me I was loud?
You're not loud. I'm just being
not.
rude.
Oh. I'm like, damn, screaming on your podcast? Oh, what is it?
I'm just fucking with you.
Who is BB-8?
Because he is not. He is an alien. Finn from Star Wars.
Which one is it?
From the new ones. John Boyega's character.
He's an alien.
His name is Finn.
Yeah, he's an alien. They're not on Earth.
They're aliens.
No,
You
I'm
want
like
me
Star
to
Wars.
kill
You
somebody
got
with green skin?
humanoid.
Okay, I see. All right.
Humanoid. He's an alien.
But he's a
Yes, that
He
humanoid.
went from another
I
planet.
guess that counts.
Y'all,
'Cause
whatever.
I want to say there's no
Yes.
such thing as Earth.
Okay,
in
I need
Star
an
Wars.
eclectic space
Yeah,
person.
he got to be like
That's
purple or
my
something.
ponytail's from. Okay,
Arm.
let me think.
We need somebody with extra limbs or
Facts.
augmented limbs, right? Maybe a couple
What?
eyes, one ear, something
Y'all
along
are
those
gonna
lines,
judge
right
me for
there.
my choice, though. But it's
Like
okay.
Zoidberg from Futurama or something.
No, Spock.
Zoidberg. Spock.
I'm not gonna judge you. Spock is my nigga.
Okay.
I am aroused by how smart Spock is and how matter of fact he is.
Very logical.
He like Kewchie like
Very-
that, but I'm aroused by it. So
But I feel like you would get tired of him after a while though, because you know what I'm saying. It's like, can you imagine being intimate and it's like the 10th time that y'all done? He's like, I noticed you was 65% less wet than the first time. Like you gonna be like, all right, this
no,
this
you gotta
honesty,
come
bro. Like,
come with the facts. You gotta come with
keep
the
that.
facts. First of
all,
all, you did not give me time to give myself accurate hydration. One, and first of all, weren't you the person providing the stimuli? I do need to. In fact, if I were to increase this wetness percentage and make this a 40% increase to this 60% to make it 100% wetness and give myself maximum secretions, you obviously need to provide me with more stimulus before we participate in the act of copulation.
he'd be like,
I gotta
shit,
know
like
that.
highly illogical. Just like
No.
fuck out. Like,
Yeah. Jiggly, you said you thought of somebody.
Well, I don't know. Maybe y'all gonna reject this one because he is humanoid, but he's also a clone. Boba Fett in the costume does it for me.
Ooh, okay. Something about a man in uniform.
The Mandalorian, the green Mandalorian, the old school, like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
very
Boba
nice.
Fett. All right.
That's Daddy.
I respect
like
that.
this is the way, baby.
Nah, like I really want to get like the helmet tattooed on the back of my thigh, like.
Go for
Yes,
it, man.
that would be cute.
Go for it.
That would be cute.
Yes. I'm working on a Star Wars sleeve on my leg, so
That's what's. I need some new ink. I need some ink.
Yeah. Dope.
yes.
G, you
But-
got any tats, man?
I got none, brother.
Okay,
Mhm.
not you.
Oh, you late. It's okay, G.
Yeah, I think I passed my tattoo phase.
It's
so I'm
never
just like,
too old.
No,
You're never too old. Never too old.
Really?
The only
Once
people
you turn 50 for real, you about to get you gonna get sleeved up.
I'm gonna get a tattoo right here.
You'll get the ab surgery. So you got the
Elbow.
abs and shit.
Yeah.
All of that, man.
But you guys, on that note, we're gonna go ahead and close things out. Geek Salad, thank you so much for being here and talking with us and talking about Alien Kewchie and Anime Daddy Hairlines. I love it.
Hey, we're here for it.
Wow.
On that note, would you guys like to share your social media pages and your apps?
For sure,
Yes,
for sure. You
yes.
can find us on Instagram as well as TikTok at Geek
Yep.
Salad Now. Make sure y'all subscribe to us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Geek Salad.
There you go. Yep. And we have a podcast every week. You can catch us on Google, Apple, Anchor, Breaker, anywhere that plays podcasts. We're there, and YouTube as well. And every Friday nights we do it an Instagram live. where we just talk to people from the gram, anywhere influencers and people alike. So thank y'all for letting us be a part of your podcast. We got to get Sunshine on a pod one day, and of course, get y'all back as well. So we're down for it.
Show.
Jiggly and Ray, do you guys want to share your social medias?
Yep, you can find me at Jiggly Senpai 3 on any social media platform that I am on. I'm on Instagram. I am on kind of on Twitter. Definitely on Twitch. Come by. I'm playing Animal Crossing heavily right now because I am turning my island into the ultimate P Valley meets Players Club experience. It is going to be the spot. We are under construction, so come check me out. Definitely bring libations to the stream. If you down with that green, roll it up. You can use channel points to tell me when it's time to spark it. Also, if you forgot any of this information, just go ahead and go to my Instagram, Linktree. Everything is there.
Yes. Ray?
All right. Well, I'm Sunshine and Georgia Rays on all platforms. I'm on Instagram mostly, but I also have a Twitch stream. Working on making that a regular thing. Still working on TikTok and all that other stuff. So if you want to find me, most likely hit me up on Instagram or on Twitch. And there are other things in the works that I cannot discuss yet, but it is being worked on. So keep your eyes out for that.
And everybody, I'm your girl Goku's God Cousin. Thank you so much for joining us on Girls Can't Geek at Girls Can't Geek Land. Follow us at Girls Can't Geek, and you can follow us on all streaming platforms and follow us on TikTok, IG, what have you. And you can also follow me at Goku's God Cousin on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And my Twitter name is Young Jeezy's Earring Facts. Don't ask any questions. I know it's wild. I know it's crazy. I know it's funky, but it is what it is. All right, my Cash App the same. It's the same too. So if you want to send me $1, that's fine.
Listen, all the dollars.
Yes, all of them. But thank you guys so much, Geek Salad, for being up here with us. Thank you. And
Thank you.
You're welcome.
last but not least, y'all protect your alien coochies. All right.